Hey everybody, it's Nick here with you. 2024 was another great year for awesome rock music. I listened to and reviewed a lot of music here on the channel, so I thought it'd be a great time right now to count down and round up my top 10 favorite rock tracks of the year. So here we go. Coming in at number 10, we have Foster the People and Chasing Low Vibrations. The new album from Foster the People, Paradise State of Mind, was one of my favorite records of 2024. It didn't quite make the top 10, but it did make my honorable mentions list. Spoiler alert. This new album from Foster the People is super fun. It's super chill. It's got a lot of great melodies on it. It has a very Tame Impala kind of vibe to it. And I still think that both bands should get together for a synth-off to determine ultimate synth god supremacy. But this track is definitely one of those smoke a joint, turn off your mind, relax, and float downstream kind of songs, and I really enjoyed it. Coming in at number 9, we have Blossoms and Gary. To me, Blossoms are one of the best bands in the UK right now. They're not really heavy or aggressive or anything like that. They're just really pleasant. They write really well-crafted melodic songs, and sometimes those songs are about stolen fiberglass gorillas. Yeah, Gary was a fiberglass gorilla that was stolen from a store in Scotland, and the lead singer of Blossoms, Tom Ogden, I guess, was really touched by that story, and he wrote a song about it, and they named the album after him as well. So fun, so catchy, you gotta love Gary. Coming in at number 8 on my top 10 rock tracks of 2024, we have POD and Lies We Tell Ourselves. Now, this isn't really an album that I would normally listen to or review on my channel. I do like POD. I liked a lot of their past hits, but this was an album that we reviewed on the Chill Dude on the Couch's channel, Hector's channel, and I really loved this song upon first listen. This is POD channeling their inner Weezer or Green Day, very 90s alt rock, a little less rap rock than some of their other stuff. And I was really surprised to hear POD do this kind of thing, but it was a pleasant surprise indeed. I know it's not necessarily cool to put a band like POD on a list like this for my best of 2024, but I thought this was a really quality track. Coming in at number 7, we have 21 Pilots and Overcompensate. I love the various sounds of 21 Pilots. I liked when they went bright and sunny on their last album, Scaled and Icy, and then I liked when they went back to the darker sound of Trench on this new album, Clancy. And this song is just a cool, trippy odyssey. It's vintage 21 Pilots while still sounding pretty fresh. And Tyler Joseph is a genius songwriter. He always creates such a hype and vibe around each of his songs. Clancy almost made my top 10 best rock albums of 2024 list. Didn't quite make it, but I still had to represent this album and 21 Pilots on my best of 2024 lists. Coming in at number 6, we have Liam Gallagher and John Squire and Mars to Liverpool. This collaborative album between Liam Gallagher and John Squire might not be as good as it sounded on paper, but it was still solid. This is one of the best songs on the record, has a very summer vibe to it, and I can confirm, this album came out earlier in the year, but I can confirm that this album and this song works very well when blasted in a car on a nice sunny summer day. Of course, the Oasis reunion that was announced later in the year might have overshadowed this UK rock god collaboration, but it was nice to really have both in one year. It was definitely worth getting Liam Gallagher and John Squire together to make a record. Coming in at number 5 on my top 10 rock tracks of 2024, we have Blink-182 and All in My Head. So this year we got a follow-up to One More Time Part 1, which came out in 2023. That was on my best of that year. And we got 8 extra tracks on One More Time Part 2. And the thing about these deluxe editions, you know, some bands might phone in the tracks, but Blink-182 never phones in the songwriting and production on their deluxe edition songs. They are always of quality. And this is one of my favorites of those additional 8 tracks. I love the great vocal interplay between Mark and Tom on this track. I loved part 1 of One More Time. I loved part 2. I love Blink, and I think this new stuff is some of the best that they've ever put out. Coming in at number 4, we have Falling in Reverse featuring Jelly Roll and All My Life. All right, I'm not gonna lie, I fucking love this song. I know exactly 0 other Falling in Reverse songs. I know next to no Jelly Roll songs, but this one is a banger. I know Ronnie Radke is a controversial figure in the world of rock, but really, who cares when a song is this damn catchy? And it has that mix of hard rock and metal and country, which to some I know will be sacrilege. Call it a guilty pleasure. That's not really a term that I agree with. I don't agree with that, but sometimes all you need is a big, dumb country rock song. Coming in at number 3, we have Beartooth and Attention. This one comes from the Surface Deluxe Edition, which came out this year, and The Surface by Beartooth was my favorite rock album of 2023. And this is the sole extra track that we got on the Deluxe Edition of The Surface, and you know what? It's a triumphant fist in the air anthemic rock track. I know hardcore metal fans and maybe even hardcore Beartooth fans would probably say that this song is too soft, but you know what? I dig it. And I think that Caleb Shomo is a crazy talented musician and songwriter. I'm really excited to hear an eventual follow-up to The Surface, and this was a nice little tie over to get us to whenever that comes out. Coming in at number 2 on my top 10 rock tracks of 2024, we have The Warning and Hell You Call a Dream. This is one of the best albums, the best bands, and best tracks of the year, a trio of Mexican sisters with really catchy and hard rockin' songs. And there are some great singles on their latest record, Keep Me Fed, like More and Sick, but to me, this is the best of the bunch. Danny Villarreal offers a top-notch vocal. I love the backups on the chorus too, and then Sisters Pau and Alejandra provide a rich, deep rhythm section. The whole album is pretty much stocked with songs that are worthy of being big singles, and that's not a bad problem to have when you're an up-and-coming rock band. And coming in at number 1 on my top 10 rock tracks of 2024, we have The Story So Far and Big Blind. And spoiler alert, the latest album from The Story So Far, I Want to Disappear, made the top spot, number 1 on my top 10 rock albums of 2024. And this is one that is filled with instant classics. This one, Big Blind, is definitely high on the list. It's really pop punk songwriting at its best, and it's nice to see that pop punk is just still so alive and well in 2024. And Tom DeLonge of Blink-182 even praised this song and the band, saying that it was one of his favorite tracks of 2024 when the band opened up for Blink-182 earlier in the year. So when you have Tom DeLonge saying that The Story So Far is one of his faves, you know they're doing something right. And that is it, guys. Those are my top 10 rock tracks of 2024. I'm also going to be making another video for my top 10 favorite rock albums of 2024, but let me know what your favorite tracks were in the comments below. Make sure to toss me a thumbs up and a like for this video. I'd really appreciate that. If you like what you see on this channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos, and make sure to follow me on social media across platforms at Nick Chino Music. But I'll see you guys again in 2025 for another great year of rock tracks. But until then, rock on, everybody.